Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's been a long time, but I'm back. I'm a little settled right now. Wanted to talk about the state of hip hop. So I don't want to sound like some old grumpy man because I come from the golden era. I lived it. I embraced it. I loved it. I think matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to get into, I'm not going to get into talking about the new school because I don't want to sound like a hater because these days you can't really have a goddamn opinion about anything because anything you say, somebody got something to say about what you said. But I'm going to talk about the greatest era in hip hop, which was the late 80s into the mid 90s. Even if you want to stretch it to about 2000, maybe 2004. I mean, the golden era though was like 86 to about 95. That was the golden era, in my opinion. I was watching the interview with Big Les. I don't know if y'all know who Big Les is, but Big Les was a dancer, choreographer. She actually was a lot of things. She did interviews. She was on Rap City. She did. I think she did a little acting too. But she was, if you know the show Living Single, she was the woman that was dancing. Like you'll see this woman in a shadow. That was Big Les. But anyway, Big Les was talking about the 90s pretty much. The dude was asking her about, what was it about the 90s that was so great as far as hip hop is concerned. And it made me realize, which I kind of already knew anyway, but how creative that era was. I mean, the creativity, fun, even though you did have like gangster hip hop, I never looked at it as gangster hip hop. I just looked at it as dudes telling a story because I know better to know that there was quite a few rappers that did that gangster rap, that quote unquote gangster rap, but they wasn't really gangsters. You know what I mean? But they were just storytellers basically. But even with gangster rap, it was just so much originality. Everybody had a different style. Everybody was going at each other's neck. Just from a competition standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, you had, I just think that era, just everybody had a style. Women had a style. Men had a style. A lot of the dudes was cool. Trends were set. You know what I mean? A motherfucker might come out with a certain hairstyle, and then you start seeing dudes wearing that hairstyle, or females too. I think hip hop made a lot of these brands rich. It's a shame a lot of us didn't come out with our own stuff. I mean, it was a few. I mean, I know we had FUBU and there was other brands that came out of hip hop. You know what I mean? I could think of FUBU. FUBU was like the main one I could think of. I mean, it was just original, man. You look back, Wu-Tang, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. I mean, even down south. I mean, you could do the Ghetto Boys. Everybody had their own way of rapping, man. Everybody had their own niche. You know what I mean? It was different. I'm not going to do a comparison of then and now because we already know the deal. We already know what's up with today's hip hop. I mean, dudes was dudes. I mean, you had MC Lyte. MC Lyte is my favorite female rapper of all time. with Queen Latifah close behind, with Sweet Tea close behind Queen Latifah. And I like Little Kim too. Little Kim, I used to like. Now I ain't really big on all that raunchiness she did, but I mean, you know, they were just trying to sell a brand. I get it. You know what I mean? I know Biggie wrote. I think he wrote all her shit. But Little Kim was. I mean, she was just powerful, man. She was like she was little as hell, but powerful with her voice, you know what I mean? And I like that, man. She was like hard hitting. She actually hyped you up a little bit, you know what I mean? I just think that era was just, it's like hip hop back then was kind of like how disco was in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? But the hip hop lasted longer than the disco. I mean, all of us that grew up around that time was wild. That's why we really don't have no business talking about how the kids are today, or the youngsters are today, because we was just as wild. We was horribly wild. There's a lot of stuff we wouldn't tell nobody. You know, you hanging out with your boy, only you and your boy know what the fuck you did or what he did. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just we was wild back then, and a lot of the females was too. But that was the difference with then and now, is that, you know, people knew how to keep their mouth shut. You know what I mean? And it was mainly a lot of friendly competition with the hip hop stuff, with the hip hop shit. I mean, it was just so conscious, so much conscious rap. It was just a variety, man. If you wanted to hear some bitch like motherfuckers getting mad at a woman, you could go to NWA. You can go to a lot of that West Coast hip hop, King T and all the motherfuckers. You can do that. You want to hear some conscious rap? You can hit up KRS-One, Public Enemy, YZ. I know people don't know who YZ is, but he made that song, Who's the Man with the Master Plan? Thinking of a Master Plan. I used to love that song. I mean, you had reggae mixed, dancehall reggae mixed with hip hop. Oh, man, I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, it was just, you got Wu-Tang. So Wu-Tang came with the ruckus and the hard shit. And you had Tribe with more of the, they was more conscious. You had the Jungle Brothers. You had De La Soul. You had Busta Rhymes. You had Rakim. You had, what's the name? You had Tretch in them, OPP, Naughty by Nature. I mean, it's just so many. It was just Special Ed, Dougie Fresh. Well, Dougie Fresh is more the 80s, but I mean, you just had a variety of, if you wanted the material hip hop, you can go to Puffy. You know what I mean? Like, now my favorite West Coast rapper of all time is Ice Cube. Ice Cube is my favorite West Coast rapper of all time, and ain't none of the rest of them close to him. Because he was very conscious, and he was a little bit of hardcore. I mean, he got more hardcore as he went on, but I mean, everything and then his voice was powerful. So when he's kicking a message, it was like he was punching you in your mouth as he was telling you the shit. And that's what I like. I mean, he was talking about, like, because, you know, when he first came out, the Rodney King incident happened like a year later, and he wasn't pulling no punches when he was kicking his rhymes, and that's what I liked about him. You know, I used to like him. I never really was a Snoop dude. The only thing I liked that Snoop made was the Doggy Style album. That was all I liked that Snoop made. To me, Snoop, I hate to say this, a lot of people gonna disagree. Like, I like Biggie. I like Biggie, right? But I always looked at Biggie as like I remember back in the day, I used to be like, yo, if he wasn't a rapper, he wouldn't get no women. That's how I used to look at him. And with Snoop, I used to look at him as like a phony. Like he just playing a role. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess let's put it this way. Back then I did like him. But as he went along, like, I was just looking at him as like a big phony and shit. Like, you know, like he's just playing this role, like he's a tough guy, but then he tries to be smooth, you know what I'm saying? But he really ain't smooth. Like, to me, he didn't seem to be a smooth dude, but that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Not to be looking a dude up and down like that, but I'm just saying, like, he just didn't. I mean, Biggie, he was like the big man that could pull women, but only because he's a rapper. You know what I mean? I looked at him like, if this nigga wasn't rapping, he wasn't getting no women. That's just my opinion. So sometimes, if a rapper, if you telling a story, especially if you like on some tough guy shit, at least come across like you like that. Even though I do know there's dudes out here that's tough guys that you would never know they was a tough guy. I know that. I'm realistic, but I don't know. That's just some little thing with me that I'm like, nah, nah. But Biggie is great. Biggie is up there on my list of the greatest of all time. But, you know, you got a lot of people that nobody ever talks about. Like, I used to like Keith Murray. Now, I've been down south. I've been in the Midwest. I've been up near Chicago. I remember this group called Crucial Conflict. Nobody don't talk about these people. Probably, maybe because we on the East Coast. Maybe over there closer to Chicago. Maybe people do talk about them. But Crucial Conflict, they had these local hits that was alright. They was different. You know what I mean? I actually used to like a little bit of Chingy. I mean, not Chingy. Oh fuck, I forgot the boy from Chicago. That rap real fast. I said Chingy. Damn, Chingy from down south. Chingy from Atlanta. Damn. It'll come to me in a minute, but, and he's from the 2000s. He's not from the 90s, but I stopped listening to hip hop in 2004. At least, like, anything that came out after 2004, I don't listen to. Because I know I'm sounding like an old man and stuff, but I don't care. Because I like good music. I like music that's good. I don't like bull crap. And you know, I like something that has a message in it, and also the beat is all that. You know what I mean? The beat, the melodies, the scratching, if there's scratching in it, the cutting it up and all that. And I understand, like, the music has to evolve. I get it, but this shit has evolved. I mean, I've been listening to hip hop ever since I was like 7 years old. Because hip hop, I don't think hip hop originated in those 70s. Because they've been doing hip hop. It just didn't have a name for it. But hip hop been around for a long time. As long as black people been here, as long as people of color been here, hip hop been around. It just wasn't a name. It just wasn't named hip hop. Because my aunt used to listen to the local radio station here when I was young, and the dude on the station used to rap. He used to do raps on the station. So, anyway, just let me know what you think. I'm kind of like ranting a little bit. I'm just trying to get back in the flow of doing this, because this is a little bit of a grind to do this. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to talk about, as far as like, what do I think about certain rappers or groups. or the hip hop in general. I don't really want to talk about the new school because I don't know none of these dudes. I've heard of a few. There's some names I know of, but I can't do the new stuff. Even though I did hear a few songs from Rick Ross, and all the young boys talking about, yo, we don't listen to Rick Ross. So I heard some Rick Ross songs. I actually liked them. I was like, oh, okay, that was all right. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, help a brother out. And if you like, go in the comments and let me know. I'm gonna definitely get back into that Jay-Z Nas thing, because that's the main thing people was hitting me up about, Jay-Z and Nas. So I still look. I go with Nas. I'm a Nas dude, but I just feel as Jay-Z is the greatest of all time. I just think he's the greatest of all time. He just does it all the way around. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But I'm more of a Nas dude. I listened to Nas up and down like crazy when I was younger. You know what I mean? But the more I was listening to Jay-Z, I'm like, yo, Jay-Z, all right. You know what I mean? And you know, he came up under, I know he came under Jaz-O, I get it. But he also came under Big Daddy Kane after that too. So you can't go wrong with that, because Big Daddy Kane is one of my favorite of all time as far as greatest rappers. Big Daddy Kane, baby. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm out.